August the 6th is nearly here. The Gears of War E-Day multiplayer beta is almost in our hands. The whole reason this whole thing exists is to give you an early access joyride so the coalition can throw hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people into the servers to test what they've built, get loads of data, balance the weapons, and hopefully launch one of the best Gears games we've had in a decade. So today I'm going to talk about everything I hope we get to test, the ultimate E-Day beta checklist, what I think we'll see, and I actually believe this beta is going to be the real explosive beginning of Gears of War E-Day's marketing campaign. First things first, the beta isn't about spoilers. I actually think the coalition are going to play this really smartly. I don't expect loads of maps. I don't expect 50 character skins. I don't even expect every single heavy weapon to be there and tested. And honestly, I don't want them to give us any of that. This game is telling one of the biggest, most pivotal stories in Gears history, Emergence Day itself. The absolute last thing I want is half the campaign narrative spoiled or leaked because some technical wizard data mined the PC beta files on day one. Now that brings us to item number 1 on the checklist, movement. Forget your weapon skins, forget your flashy executions, forget your progression unlocks. How does the game actually feel to play? The coalition have already come out and said they want E-Day to feel like classic Gears, but while modernising the movement and adding more verticality across maps. This is massive, because movement is Gears of War. When those servers drop on August the 6th, we need to be stress testing all these mechanics. We're talking the roadie run, is it there? This new jog, run, sprint situation, is it heavy? Does it feel dense? The cover, the mantling, the cover cancelling, is that a thing? Climbing and vertical movements. They've promised we need to test this overall fluidity and how it all feels. Now let's address the massive elephant in the room. Wallbouncing. Let's be completely honest with each other. The community is absolutely split down the middle. Ever since we got a glimpse of gameplay, that's all everyone's spoken about. Some people think it looks heavier, some people feel like it's been taken out completely, and others think it looks absolutely perfect the way it is. The absolute truth of it all is, none of us are gonna know until the beta. We've watched trailers, we've slowed videos down, we've analysed every single frame. But until we've actually got a controller in your hand, we're just not gonna know. I genuinely hope the coalition let us loose with it in the beta, because if something does feel off and it doesn't feel right, then that is the time to change it, not at launch or after. Next up on the checklist is weapons. How do they feel? We don't need every weapon in the beta, we just want the core, so we can understand the balance. What we want, what I personally want to check is whether the Nasher consistency is actually there. Is it solid point blanks, or is it 83 and 1 from 2 inches away again? Or is the Lancer going to have stopping power? Can it stop an enemy rushing? Or are they walking through here? The snub, the bolter, the torpo, maybe even the boom shot. How much damage are we actually doing? And how rewarding do headshots feel? Do the shotguns feel chunky and violent? Does the Lancer matter again? We need answers, and this is going to be definitely on my checklist to be tested. Item 3 is the map design. Like I said, the coalition add more verticality into the multiplayer maps. That's one of the biggest things that I personally want to test. Classic Gears maps have always had layers, different elevations, risk versus reward setups, power versus control, tight sidelines, and small flanking routes with lanes. Does E-Day keep that genetic DNA? We'll have to find out. And as for game modes, this one excites me a lot. Honestly, we're going to need the staples to test the servers, maybe Team Deathmatch, King of the Hill, Guardian, Execution, maybe even a bit of Control. Give us the fan favourites. But what would be really nice is they throw in a brand new game mode for us to test to see where Gears of War is actually heading. Now, for the technical stuff, Because competitive gears lives and dies by this, matchmaking is very important. It's huge. We need to be testing the connection quality, the queue times. Are we going to get leaderboards? Can we inspect players' stats and see proper divisions again? And I've also interested in looking at quality of life features. I want to know the HUD, the kill feed, damage numbers, objective markers, the compass, revive icons, and yes, the dreaded damage omen. Probably the most argued HUD element ever in history of Gears of War. Let's see what they do with it. Now for the hardcore community, please do check your settings on days one, test your controller, the layout, the dead zones, the FOV sliders, all the accessibility options, and if you're on PC, you're going to have loads of graphic settings and audio sliders to test out. Now item 5, environmental gameplay. I hope these maps aren't just pretty to look at. I want interaction, I want explosions, I want environmental destruction. Cars moving, covers taking damage, hazards and proper physics all thrown into it. And what about Horde Siege? Xbox, the Coalition, have already confirmed that it's a brand new large-scale PvE mode, but they've kept the finer details close to their chest. Do I think it'll be in the beta? Maybe, maybe not. But if they let us play even a little slice of it, that would be incredible. Now let's look at the bigger picture here. Things have went a bit quiet since the Xbox showcase. We've had the Direct, we've had gameplay reveals, we've had loads of interviews and also a tech demo. But since then, not a lot. But I actually think this is all intentional, because I believe the beta is the marketing. Think about it. Xbox confirmed that the multiplayer beta begins with the early access from the 6th to the 10th of August. For anyone that pre-orders or has Game Pass. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if a week before August the 6th, they drop a massive full-blown multiplayer trailer, show us versus, show us maps, show us weapons, brutal executions, the rank system, and get everyone hyped. If you are on the fence, that beta alone is going to tempt a lot of people into grabbing Game Pass Ultimate just to jump in early. And once that beta ends on August the 10th, I don't think the marketing slows down at all. I think it speeds up massively right into September and on to launch. Look at the calendar. We have PAX West at the start of September, we've got the Tokyo Game Show, Game Devs of Color Expo, and we've even got the WWE AAA Triple Mania event sponsored by Gears of War E-Day. Those are massive opportunities for fresh new multiplayer gameplay, developer presentations, new trailers, and maybe even a proper look at Horde Siege or more campaign previews. By the time October rolls around, the hype train is gonna be in full flow. Wow! And that right there is the biggest reason I'm excited. The timing. We've got roughly 2 months between this beta in August and the full launch in October. That is a proper healthy amount of time. If player uncover gameplay bugs, server meltdowns, weapon balance issues, the Coalition actually have time to react and patch it before launch day. This is exactly what you want from a real beta. No beta is perfect, none of them are. The whole point is to test systems at scale, collect feedback and iron out the rough edges. If we all go in with that same mindset, we can actually help shape the final game. So that is my checklist. Those are the exact things I'll be testing soon as them servers go live on August the 6th. We're going to be recording everything, breaking everything possible, and testing every feature we can. So expect loads of videos on the channel the second the beta drops. Now I want to hear from you down in the comments below. What is the one feature that you're excited to test out? Do you think wallbouncing is going to feel like classic Gears? Do you think we're actually going to get a proper multiplayer trailer before August the 6th? Please do get involved in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. If you're buzzing for E-Day, make sure you do smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and stick around because we're counting down together to the launch of E-Day.